Hello, and welcome to the Food and Travel Podcast by State Street Spices. I'm your host, Andrew Rubin. In this podcast, we will have episodes at least twice a month talking about all things food and travel. From ranking the best food cities in the country to talking about amazing spice blends of State Street Spices, we have it all. Today, we will be ranking the best food cities in the Midwest, followed by an introduction of State Street Spices. Before we start ranking the best food cities in the Midwest, I think it's important for us to define what the Midwest is. For this podcast, the Midwest is the following states: North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Minnesota, Iowa, Missouri, Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio. So cities this does not include Louisville, Kentucky, Nashville, Tennessee, and Memphis, Tennessee. So without further ado, let's get into it. Coming in at number 10, we have Grand Rapids, Michigan. Grand Rapids has a lot of versatility, which is why it's number 10 on this list. It is known for the Italian culture with a lot of pizza and pasta foods available, and also is known for the world-famous Coney dogs. However, there's another city on this list even more so known for the Coney dogs, which is why Grand Rapids is at number 10 for this list. Coming in number 9 on the list is Indianapolis, Indiana. Indianapolis is known for the classic Midwestern comfort food, and they also have a lot of amazing international cuisine. Indianapolis also holds a lot of food festivals throughout the year and is a unique food scene in the Midwest. The con of Indianapolis is it is lacking in certain areas, which is why it doesn't increase on our list from the 9th spot. Coming in at number 8, we have Detroit, Michigan. Detroit is known for the Detroit-style pizza, which is some of the best pizza in the country, and are also known for the world-famous Coney dogs. Detroit also has a lot of great options for every meal of the day, from breakfast to dessert. There's really a lot of amazing options. However, it isn't fully up on this list because the number one food in Detroit is the Detroit-style pizza. However, a couple of other cities I think do pizza better in the Midwest than Detroit, which is why it's at the number 8 spot. Coming in at number 7, we have Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Milwaukee, being located in Wisconsin, is very well known for their cheese, but there's a city on this list further up that I believe is even more well known for their cheese. However, Milwaukee has a lot of great cheese options, and they're also known for different fish options. What makes Milwaukee unique is they have the Milwaukee Public Market, which is arguably the best market in the Midwest. I've personally been there, and they have a lot of amazing options, and it's really a unique experience. I definitely recommend going to the public market if you're in Milwaukee, which is why Milwaukee gets the number 7 spot. Which is why it's at number 7 for this list. Number 6, we have Kansas City, Missouri. Kansas City is known for the world-famous barbecue, which is why it is one of the 8 blends sold by State Street Spices. We have the Kansas City blend, which is a nice salty and smoky blend. And Kansas City is also known for the fried chicken. And while I think Kansas City has some of the best barbecue in the country, it misses out on the top 5 because I don't think they all have enough versatility in certain areas. However, if you're in the Kansas City area and want barbecue, I'd recommend either Joe's or Jack's Stack, as those are the 2 best barbecue restaurants in Kansas City, in my opinion. Coming in at number 5, we have Omaha, Nebraska. Omaha is extremely well known for their meat offerings. They are one of the best cities in the United States to get steak, and it's also a great spot to get burgers, pork tenderloin, and Reuben sandwiches, which is another well-known option in Omaha. The reason why Omaha isn't higher on this list is because besides their meat options, they don't have a lot of great choices. Especially if you're vegetarian, I would not recommend Omaha for the food scene. However, Omaha just has such amazing meat options that I had to put them number 5 on the list. Number 4 might surprise you. It is Madison, Wisconsin. Madison is a lot smaller than compared to a lot of the other cities on this list. However, they have a lot of good options. That is why it's at number 4. Madison, Wisconsin is known for their cheese, especially their fried cheese curds, which I think Madison does better than Milwaukee, which was at the number 7 spot. And Madison also has alligator on a lot of menus, which is a unique food that I've personally tried and really liked, and I feel like Madison does a really good job at alligator offerings. Madison is also known for a lot of farm-to-table foods, and while it is a small city, I feel like it has a lot to offer. I'd also recommend the restaurant Deluxe in Madison, Wisconsin. That's DLUX. It is right next to the state capitol and has a lot of amazing options. It is one of my favorite restaurants I've ever been to. Number 3, we have Cincinnati. Cincinnati, of course, is known for the world-famous chili with a taste of cinnamon in it, which is why this is another of our 8 blends at State Street Spices. They are also known for their dips, ice creams, waffle, and homemade chips. Cincinnati really has a lot of great options, from desserts to breakfast, which is why it's at number 3 on the top 10 Midwest food cities. Coming in at number 2, we have St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis is also known for their barbecue, which is another spice blend offered at State Street Spices, which is a sugary, smoky flavor of a barbecue, which is very well known in St. Louis. St. Louis style pizza is also very famous in St. Louis, with a lot of people liking Emo's as their favorite St. Louis pizza spot. And we also do toasted ravioli in St. Louis, which is not as well known of a food, but a really great option, especially if you like Italian food. I feel like St. Louis offers a lot of different foods in a lot of different areas, which is why it's at number 2 on the list. Now, before moving to number 1, I would like to do some honorable mentions. The first honorable mention is Des Moines, Iowa. I've personally been to Des Moines a lot of times, and I feel like they have a lot of great options. Des Moines is known for their unique styles of pizza, and also, with it being in Iowa, they are of course known for their corn. But I think in general, Des Moines really has a lot of amazing options if you're visiting the area. Next, we have Springfield, Missouri as our next honorable mention. Springfield really has a lot of great local spots in a lot of different areas that makes it unique, and for a small city, really has a great food scene. Our next honorable mention is Minneapolis, Minnesota. Minneapolis has a lot of good options, however, none I feel like are the best in each category. And while it is a very big city and known for things like burgers and cheese curds, it just misses out on the list. And the last honorable mention I would like to give is for a state. I would like to give this to Ohio, which has a lot of great cities, and while Cincinnati is number 3 on our list, cities like Columbus, Cleveland, and a lot of other Ohio cities have a lot of great food scenes, however, just miss out on the top 10. And without further ado, number 1 is Chicago, Illinois gets the number 1 spot. Chicago is known for their deep dish pizza. I've been to Giordano's in Chicago, which is a great deep dish pizza offering, and they are also known for their Chicago style hot dogs. Chicago also has a Chicago style popcorn that is one of the best popcorns in my opinion, and are also known for their Italian beef sandwiches. Chicago has so many great offerings, which is why it's number 1 on the list for the best Midwest food cities. Now, before ending today's episode, I would like to tell you a little bit more about myself and my business, State Street Spices. My name is Andrew Rubin. I'm a high school senior in the St. Louis, Missouri area, and I love to cook, love to travel, and have always wanted to be an entrepreneur. This is why I started State Street Spices, which uses state-of-the-art research to craft authentic spice blends from cities across the country. I'm excited to be starting this podcast and sharing more about State Street Spices each episode. I want to thank you so much for listening to this podcast, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. Use the code SPICE10, that's SPICE 10, at checkout on StateStreetSpices.com to get 10% off your next order. Thank you.